Welcome to 12 Plus in the Loop, Goodyear edition. I'm Troy Hayden.
And I'm Tram Mai. We are bringing you coverage all day from the heart of Goodyear.
You know, the West Valley is the fastest growing part of our state. Goodyear is right in the middle of it. New businesses, new neighborhoods popping up everywhere. The growth is incredible.
And it is beautiful here. And 12 News is committed to bringing you more stories, not only from Goodyear, but all from the West Valley cities. I'm here at Roman's Oasis, one of the oldest places here in the valley. But who am I to tell you about it? Your dad loved crazy things.
That's an understatement. Let me show you.
Okay.
Some people call it a dive bar.
For others,
It's a little slice of history.
built back in 1913.
It was out in the middle of nowhere.
And in 1986, Myra Curtis's dad, Roman, bought the bar, making it Roman's Oasis.
It's definitely a very eclectic, welcoming place.
From the pirate and M&Ms on the roof to the rooster right outside. Another cool thing about this place, they didn't want to get rid of that tree, so what they do, they built around it.
It was kind of a jokester, had a great sense of humor. And so we left the tree in the kitchen. You can see that the concrete is raising.
And boy, did he hate to waste. These are actually headboards from California after a hotel was going out of business. And Roman actually didn't want these to go to waste either, so he bought it for $5.
And these poles right here, they came from a pig farm. He built this table on top of a Jack Daniels barrel. So this was in a Scottsdale bar. It was out back by their dumpster.
There's even old sports magazines used as tabletop decor. So you have customers who bring you things
Still.
who want their stuff on the wall.
So they come in and they say, this was my great Uncle Harry's, and my wife won't let me keep it anymore, not even in the garage. Do you have a place for it? Absolutely, bring it in.
For many, Roman's Oasis was their home away from home.
There's a lot of families who have generations who have brought their families in here, and if you came in as a child, you remembered this place and you wanted to have your 21st birthday celebration here. So your parents and your grandparents brought you here.
But progress is now getting in the way. On one side, you've got new development. On the other side, old development. So the city of Goodyear wants to widen this road, but that means Roman's Oasis has to move. So where are they moving? Well, it's just a couple of feet right here to this building where they store stuff.
It's very difficult. We understand progress and we understand things building in the community, but it's very difficult. It's our family, and there are memories in these walls that we'll never get back because my brother and my father are both deceased. They worked tirelessly to make sure that this became what it is. Roman's neon sign.
What's become the heart and soul of Goodyear. What do you think your dad would say about the move?
I think he'd be sad, but even my dad, as steadfast as he was in his beliefs, I think he understood progress, and he would say, do what you have to do to keep going, and that's what we plan to do.
I want to let you know, I mean, it is happening here around the city. If you just look everywhere, a lot of construction, and some of these new businesses are really feeling like they're getting in on the ground floor.
Yeah, and according to 12 News journalist William Pitts, they are just getting started. When it comes to people, businesses, economic growth, Goodyear has a long way to go.
Popo's Fiesta del Sol could have picked anywhere for a new location. Trendy neighborhoods, high-priced real estate. Instead,
This location, we've been trying to get out here for a couple of years.
they picked Goodyear.
This is our bread and butter as of right now.
Elva and Mario Tello say the restaurant is popular, probably because there are so many new people in the West Valley and the businesses are catching up.
Goodyear is only built out 17%, so there's still room for tons of opportunity and growth.
The Southwest Valley Chamber of Commerce says Goodyear's come a long way. It didn't become popular until the last few years.
Why would we go to the West Valley? But now it's like, yes, we're going to go to the West Valley.
Retail follows rooftops.
Goodyear Mayor Joe Pizzillo says his city is the 9th fastest growing in the country. Buckeye's #1. All that growth means the city needs a lot of construction. And Pizzillo says the city is trying to keep up with it.
We're trying to keep up with the infrastructure, and I think we're doing a relatively pretty good job of it right now.
The city's website lists projects at least 2 years out. Bridge improvements, water treatment plant, road projects, all scheduled through 2027.
It's crazy. And it's growing from here, it's just going to go further out. So it's nice to have restaurants, shopping places, stuff like that out here.
Popo's is not the Tellers' biggest restaurant, but in Goodyear, it's sometimes the most successful.
There's enough business for everyone, and I think when everyone's doing well, then we're doing well.
And Goodyear and the rest of the West Valley are only getting bigger. William Pitts, 12 News.
All right, back out here live now. We are joined by Goodyear City Manager, Winnette Reed. Winnette, it is great to have you here. Right before we came out live, she said, I get things done.
That's my job. That's exactly what I do, yes.
In a nutshell. This is amazing being out here because, you know, we are, just to give you an idea roughly, we're north of I-10 near Bullard Avenue, and just driving in. And McDowell, okay, yeah. McDowell, I-10. Just driving in here, I mean, you can already see the potential for so much development. And what I was reading, it's 4,000 plus acres of, you know, land to be developed, and only 15% of it has been developed.
We are only 15% built out. We're 7 miles wide and 191 square miles. And, you know,
that is just
that's
incredible.
Yeah, we go way south.
Yeah, you're long and skinny.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
All right, so tell me about what's the plan? Are there plans? Because I know you've got Estrella Mountain, which is pretty built out, right? And Palm Valley yours?
Yes, yes.
All right, so those are pretty established. Where are we going from here?
We'll go south more as you know, our population grows. We'll continue to move south, but we still have a lot of areas here to develop.
Well, I was going to say, we're talking about how we are sitting in the middle of almost 200 acres. This area obviously developed where the City Hall is, but, you know, just directly in front of me, you've got the Marriott, right?
AC Marriott's going in over here. We've got Banner Specialty Doctors going in here in the 3-story building. More development going along Bullard Wash over there. So that's just this portion of the development of GSQ.
I'm excited about phase 2.
Yes, over across 150th.
And what's going to go there?
All sorts of wonderful stuff. We've got multifamily going in, retail, restaurants, and a lot of stuff I can't tell you about yet.
Hey, come on!
Why do you tease us like that?
I know, but it's going to be amazing. These are things our residents have asked for years, and it's time that we deliver, and we're so happy to do that.
You know, I say all the time, if you live in the East Valley and you haven't driven out to the West Valley in a few years, you're going to be shocked by what you see out here, right? Do you agree with that?
It's our time. It's our time. East Valley has had their time. They've, you know, grown and developed, but it's our time now. Yeah.
And you know what, just from a recreational point of view, I mean, bike paths, the parks, you've got, what, over 100 miles of bike paths paved?
And we have a Bullard Wash that goes all the way. We're going to extend it all the way down, you know, to the ballpark, and you can bike, you can enjoy, just
hike,
all of it. We
Beautiful
have it all here.
Yes.
Well, great job. You're doing a great job out here. Your city is coming together.
Done, Troy.
Yeah, she gets things
done.
Many years ago when I first came here, none of this was here. Absolutely none of it.
Goodyear Mayor Joe Pizzillo is reflecting on the immense change happening in his city since moving here in the early 2000s.
I can see what this city was in 2002 to now, and we never had a gathering place.
But that's changing. We're meeting up at Goodyear Civic Square at GSQ off of McDowell between Bullard and Pebble Creek Parkway. It's the first phase of what will be downtown Goodyear.
We wanted something in which we could have a park, events around it, and then surround it by entertainment, restaurants, retail.
We got a taste of that when we visited during a family event with Goodyear Police, and residents tell me they are loving the transformation they've seen so far.
And it's so amazing to see all the new development, to see all the new restaurants.
It's a lot closer, a lot more stuff to interact with and everything.
This space debuted in 2022 with a brand new city hall, library, 2-acre park, 2 parking garages, and office space. And it seems like every week new businesses are being announced.
And they're coming here because they know the West Valley's time is now.
But it's not all coming without some growing pains.
Yes, traffic sometimes can be challenging, but we're working on that as well.
He tells me the next phase of downtown Goodyear will be filling in the empty land that sits east of City Hall.
They're putting the infrastructure in right now, the roadways and all that. The road's going to go all the way from here when you came in, all the way over to Bullard.
As for what neighbors want to see go there, more things for children.
Parks, kind of stuff like that, where she can have fun and hang out with other kids.
Splash pad would be nice, maybe a pickleball court, tennis court.
And something for mom and dad.
Boutique shops would be nice, wineries would be nice.
A good place to sit down, eat, have a good beer, definitely.
What do cotton, tires, blimps, and SR-71 Blackbirds have in common? They all have roots here in Goodyear. This 40-foot wide, 16-foot tall mural showcases the city's history through art. Paul Litchfield, CEO of Goodyear Tire and Rubber Company, started Goodyear, Arizona. He grew cotton here and made his tires with it. Where I'm standing now at Flight Goodyear was the original site of the former Goodyear Aircraft Company. It's also the site where Goodyear blimps were built for the Navy. Our next stop in Goodyear takes us to the world's largest for-sale collection of ancient Bibles. You'll find the Bible Museum inside the Hampton Inn & Suites. Since 1987, the Bible Museum has been the only full-time professional dealer of rare and antique Bibles with a public showroom. It's always open and it's free to visit. Around 20 Bibles are on display at any given time, and they're always changing as they're being bought and sold. There's also some ancient artifacts you should see here too. Now let's take in the stunning Goodyear scenery at the Estrella Star Tower. This 50-foot spiraling tower gives you 360-degree views of the Sonoran Desert, the Estrella Mountains, and beyond. It's a must-see, whether it's set against a backdrop of a beautiful bright blue sky, a classic Arizona sunset, or a starry night. In Goodyear, Crystal Long, 12 News.
It's time to go to Buc-ee's. Brisket for the brisket.
Buc-ee's and AZ?
The Buc-ee's drink, it has the funny pineapples.
We love Buc-ee's. They have the cleanest restrooms, the best fudge and divinity.
I love me some Buc-ee's. Woo!
Wake up, little Pete. It's time to go to Buc-ee's. Kit, let's go.
What is it that you guys are doing to these people that it really is like a cult? It's like cult-like. You have to go.
You know, we call ourselves the fun store. If you're gonna stop and you need to get gas and you need to go to the restroom and you need to get something to eat, why not do it at the best place there is?
That is Stan Beard, director of real estate for Buc-ee's, who in between fistfuls of beaver nuggets and barbecue told me why Goodyear makes sense for the first ever Buc-ee's in AZ.
Why did you guys choose this spot, particularly in Arizona?
We like to be, a pit stop in between destinations. Headed out to LA or coming from LA, road trips up to Sedona or the Grand Canyon. This is just a really good spot to stop all of those families. It'll be something that Phoenix, that Goodyear, that Arizona can be proud of having. I mean, it'll be cool. You'll have the first Buc-ee's in the state of Arizona. That's a big thing.
Emphasis on big, because we are getting one of their larger stores, 74,000 square feet, 120 fuel stations. Work has started, and according to Beard, we're looking at an early summer 2026 opening.
For folks who have never been to one, what we want them to walk out thinking is, oh my gosh, I never knew that was what that was.
Because listen, it's not just a gas station. They've got food, candy, barbecue, drinks, clothing, dolls, local art, and prides itself on the cleanest bathrooms you will ever see.
Most of our customers know they're going to a Buc-ee's before they ever get in their car. This is where they can come for the rest of their lives. In the Suburban with the kids. We're not a truck stop. It's a crazy kind of cultish thing we got going on, and we're excited to bring it to Arizona.
We love Buc-ee's.
The Goodyear Recreation Campus, built in 2021, welcomes as many as 2,500 visitors a day during the summer, making it a hot spot to stay cool. Residents and their guests have access to a lap pool, high dive, lazy river, and 2 27-foot water slides. I'm told the only thing missing here is bar service. But remember, this is a community pool, people.
Now
And right now, lifeguard training is underway because
summer's coming very soon. We're gearing up for a really busy summer, and so we hire about 130 lifeguards. And so all of those lifeguards go through stringent certification process. And so we're teaching those lifeguards how to save lives so they can safely protect people at the pool.
next to the resort-like aquatic center is a 49,000 square foot rec center. The massive 2-story facility is equipped for everything from pickleball to basketball, hosting gaming tournaments and teen activity nights, weight training, and even an elevated indoor walking track. That's where I'm told residents are often making strides on a personal side.
We have lifelong friends created through the walking track where you're just walking and talking with somebody that you know in the community, and they become best friends, and they work out together and they play sports together, they play pickleball together, and it really is just a really great place to build community. This is the destination for Goodyear residents, and again, we're going to do everything we can to keep this place nice, clean, new for everybody as long as we can, because it is definitely a jewel for the city.
To keep you in the loop on everything that's happening in the West Valley, we're talking expansion and how city officials are going to be keeping up.
I mean, there's a lot to go over, right? They've got job growth going on here, community development, and also there's some unexpected challenges that they're encountering when you start to expand out west. And this is something the East Valley has already seen. Now we're seeing that here in the West Valley. So land developers say from Buckeye to Surprise and Goodyear, the West Valley growth has been explosive. And while other parts of the valley do start to run out of land, the West Valley still has a lot of room to grow, attracting businesses, builders, and families to move out west.
You know, compared to the Southeast Valley, which is running out of land, clearly, they have state land to go to. The Northeast Valley is pretty much out of land. West Valley overall, it's got all the land to accommodate growth for the next 50 years of growth for the valley and then some.
Yeah, so did you hear that? The next 50 years of growth and beyond. Housing costs in the West Valley, they're somewhat lower than other parts of the valley, with the average house costing in the high 300,000s to the low 400s. Now, according to Bankrate, the average house cost in the state is actually more than $460,000. So if we are doing a comparison here, it's actually not that bad, which may be why a lot of people are moving out west.
And as more people move out west, you got to keep up with schools, right? So 12 News journalist Jade Cunningham, she got an inside peek at Goodyear High School. Believe it or not, they're going to be finished with building Goodyear High School in the next couple of months. They plan to welcome their first batch of freshmen this fall. So we're taking you inside the high school. Check it out.
Yep, that's the teaching wall. So that's the whiteboard. We'll have a projector.
For Principal Jason Lynn,
It's incredible, very humbling.
there's plenty of excitement
It's just going to be a great campus.
as he watches Goodyear High School near completion.
Yeah, this is a typical classroom. I walk through it every single day. So I get to see every little nook and cranny to make sure everything that we talked about was going to be here for the kids is there.
12 News was at the site last July when it was a dirt lot.
So some of the classrooms open up to the outside, some open up to the inside.
Now, almost a year later, Lynn's vision is coming to life.
It's incredible. Just knowing that, you know, in 6 months we're going to have kids walk through here for the first time it's going to be out of control. It's going to be wild. We're very, very excited. I hope they're ready for my dad joke.
The campus located near Van Buren and Cotton Lane includes athletic facilities, a library, and courtyard.
This is going to be the hub of campus, the heartbeat. We'll have some misters, we'll have music playing.
The focus, though, is the academics.
On the second story is all classrooms.
Students choosing from one of 3 concentrations: creative arts and media, science, service, and innovation, or business design and technology. The goal then to prepare them for the real world.
So our pathways will give our kids the opportunity to get right into industry that's needed here locally. We want to keep our kids in the West Valley. There'll be some couches and things in here.
For Lynn, excellence, though, is in the details.
This land where we sit on used to be the old horse track. It was the Phoenix Trotter Park. Obviously horses raced out here, and so the horse being our mascot made a ton of sense. That's the pattern of the old trotter track windows.
From tile design to the school colors and Maverick mascot, Lynn made sure the school honors the people and community in which it resides.
This city deserves a school named after them because it's a great place. You know, I live here, my family lives here, we love it here, we're not going anywhere. About 59 acres for the whole campus.
With doors opening in August,
We'll have a special schedule prepared for day 1, and then day 2, the pop quizzes start.
Lynn is ready to welcome the first 400 freshmen to campus.
Our kids are going to remember the experiences they had here. They're going to remember their teachers and how they made them feel when they came in the doors.
And he's ready to not just guide them, but inspire them. Jay Cunningham, 12 News.
Helicopters, small planes, big planes. The Goodyear Airport, it's a busy place. There's a United Airlines flight school here that trains hundreds of pilots for the airline every year. Bradley Hagan runs the Goodyear Airport. We caught up with him on a big NASCAR weekend. All these rental cars sitting on the tarmac are waiting for NASCAR drivers and their teams once their private planes land here.
Yeah, it's one of the big events you have. We have NASCAR twice a year. We have a spring race in March and the championship race in November.
A little further down the runway, you see some big military planes, and they're not ours. What are these planes here?
So we have 3 German Air Force C-130s in Goodyear this week. They're doing training, so we accommodate them with some parking, and they'll fly their sorties out of Goodyear for about 3 weeks.
If you drive along Interstate 10 near Goodyear and you look to the south, you see these. Dozens and dozens of big jumbo jets. Now there's no commercial airline service out of Goodyear Airport, so what's the story with these?
Some are here for long-term aircraft storage, and some of those aircraft are waiting to come over to have maintenance performed.
So at any given time, do you always have, I mean, that's close to 100 aircraft. Do you have close to 100 out here?
It ranges. I think our high since I've been here in 8 years was about 115, and we've been as low as 50. So it, you know, it varies.
The fresh grass, nice temperatures, and the crack of a baseball bat. There's almost nothing better in Arizona than when the Cactus League spring training games get underway. 15 teams with 10 ballparks, one of which is in Goodyear in the West Valley.
We're very fortunate to have a spring training ballpark in Goodyear.
Joe Stewart works at the city's Economic Development Department. I met up with him at the city's headquarters called GSQ. He says these games are like a billboard for the community.
We get a lot of people staying in our hotels, shopping at our stores, eating at our restaurants, so it's a really great time for economic activity in our city.
The ballpark is home to 2 MLB teams, the Cincinnati Reds and Cleveland Guardians, located near Estrella and Lower Buckeye Parkways. Now, Goodyear Mayor Joe Pizzillo tells me it's the visitors who are looking at the community with fresh eyes.
It's people coming in, and a lot of people from the outside taking a look at this great city and where we're going.
Last year's games were a home run. A study by Arizona State University found 2024 was a record year for attendance at Goodyear Ballpark, drawing more than 146,000 fans, up 13% from 2023. Now, because spring training is getting more and more popular every year here at Goodyear Ballpark, the idea is to really build up the entire area so that it's busy year-round, not just once a season. You'll notice a lot of construction happening near the ballpark, with new housing going up. And the facilities host more than 1,300 regional and national tournaments and other events year-round.
But the thing is, as you build that, you're going to have more retail, more people to do things after the game than they have right now.
According to city officials, roughly 2 million fans from around the country and world have come to watch an event at the Goodyear Ballpark since it opened in 2009. And a lot of that visitor money goes right back to the community.
It's helped foot all of our police, fire, streets, and road projects on here.
And while city officials hope this year will be a hit, they're already looking forward to growth next year.
You'll be seeing a lot more, even more activity, more restaurants being open, more entertainment, more amenities.
Thank you for watching our In the Loop coverage on Goodyear on 12 Plus, 12 News, and 12news.com.
We'll see you in the loop.